Good morning. So welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. This is day 27 of practice. January. January is almost over. January. It's almost over. For me, the 1st of February is a really exciting day. It's a bit like the solstice for me. I'll talk more about that on the 1st of February. And today we're going to do more wiggles. That was really interesting stuff we did yesterday. We kind of landed into a really interesting place. So we're going to do more of that. And then we're going to come up and stand. And maybe we're going to try and wiggle when we're standing. Let's see. So great. Come sit on your mat. Today was one of those mornings that I was pottering along and suddenly it was like 3 minutes to 7. And I was like, oh my God. So just start by wiggling your toes. And widen your toes as wide as they go, and then squeeze them in as tight as they go. So just feel like you're, like sometimes the analogies that I've heard or read, like imagine that you're squeezing peanut butter between your toes. It's an American person who said that. Imagine you're squeezing mud between your toes. Oh, that I can understand. Nice. And now squeeze your toes in like fists and then move your feet forward and backwards. Go slowly with this one. So I'm squeezing them in and then I'm moving them forward and backwards, okay? Open your toes wide and then move them forward and backwards. Notice what your face is doing. It's so funny. My fingers and my face try to help my toes. Keep your toes really wide. Draw a circle with your feet. And so in this place, I have a feeling of slight less control and of like my nervous system is struggling to hear and understand what I mean. So these are places where our nervous system is learning something. Keep your toes really wide, draw the circle in the other direction. And so my face, again, is trying to help. My fingers are trying to help. Nice. So then baby toe edge of your feet towards me if you're looking at the screen, and then big toe side of your feet. So now you're like curving the inside and the outside of your ankles. Nice. So let's try that with squeeze your toes in and try and do that same movement. Wow. And then open your toes wide and try that same movement. Nice. Just roll your ankles normal. And then in the other direction. Whew. Shake your legs out like you're slapping your calves against the ground. Go for a little run. Nice. Cool. Super. So from here, both hands to the floor and bring your right foot to the floor and then slide it forward and backwards and see if you can keep all of your toes on the floor for as long as possible. And don't let them lift. Stop before they lift and then come back. So what's the range of foot on the floor, forward and backwards? Again, my face is trying to help. There's something interesting about the feeling of my foot on the floor, and my big toe wants to move in a weird way. It wants to lift or something. Bring your foot all the way forward and then just lift your toes up and down, just your toes. Nice. Now drop your head forward like you're looking down towards your belly and lift your toes up and down. Wiggle your eyebrows. Nice. And now keep your head low where it is and then just bend your knee and straighten your leg. So I'm staying low and I'm just bending my knee. My foot is coming off the floor. Just feel that. Other side. So bend your left knee. Your foot is flat on the floor. Slide your foot forward and backwards, keeping your foot flat like an iron to the floor. My toes go a bit funny at some point where they don't know how to stay down while reaching forward. And my face is doing something funny again. Nice. Move your foot all the way forward as far as it goes without lifting your toes. And now lift and drop your toes there. Nice. Drop your head forward as far as it goes. Lift and drop your toes. Just your toes, the ball of your foot staying on the floor. And now straighten your leg, bend your knee. Straighten your leg, bend your knee. Staying forward with your body. Nice, cool. Bring the soles of your feet together and your knees apart. Lean it forward into your hips. Bring your legs forward. Lean forward towards your thighs. So you're not forcing, you're just forward bending. Soles of your feet together. Lean forward. Legs straight. Lean forward. And again, soles of your feet together. Lean forward. When you're forward, just begin to wiggle your shoulders a little bit. So you can bring your hands wherever they feel comfortable and just rock from side to side like this. And how could you glide your shoulders? Like mine feel like a little Mexican wave behind me. Shoulder, 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 shoulder. Moving your neck. How would you kind of stretch into your neck, leaning forward, using your hands to support you? What other ways could you move? Could you twist? Can you round? Can you arch? Can you side bend? Can you do a variation of all of the above? Nice. Stretch your legs out long. Do the same thing. Leaning your hands forward. Side bend. So squeeze one shoulder down, then the other shoulder down. Twist, draw one shoulder forward, and then the other shoulder forward. Rounding your head down and drawing your belly down. Head down, belly down. Nice. Bring your feet wide. So bring your left hand down to the floor and then lean over as far as you can go. Just with me, my waist goes, oh, that's as far as I can go. And now reach your right hand over your ear and feel the stretch connecting up into your rib cage. Nice. And then come back. Bring your right hand to the floor, lean over as far as you can go with your waist. There's nothing above my waist in the stretch right now. And then I reach my left hand over and suddenly I'm like, oh, I can feel my armpit and my arm suddenly. So side bend first and then arm. Side bend first and then arm. And so for me, there's this really interesting moment where I've got a connection to my waist and then all the way down into my hand. Waist, arm. I was talking to somebody the other day and she was saying she couldn't feel her spine in normal life. We don't usually feel our spine and our bodies in this way. So for me, this is why I do this. I love mapping my body. I love connecting to the movement of me. So begin to do them together now. Waist and arm. Maybe you can go a bit deeper. Waist and arm. Waist and arm. And there's this moment of reaching. I slow down near the end and I really connect to the length and the slow, deep stretch. One more time each side. Arm and arm. Nice. We're going to dive. So turn towards your left foot and dive with your right hand towards your left foot. Now we're rounding forward. We're sliding down the left leg, down the baby toe side, coming back, and then sliding down the right leg with the left hand. And so I love just feel rather than force. So feel the connection of now the back of your ribs and the back of your shoulders. Yesterday we moved our face, we wiggled our eyebrows, we were connecting to the fact that your neck and face are connected to your spine. And how would you release something in your neck and face to help your spine get longer? So next time you go over towards the right, pause there, wiggle your face, stick your chin forward. That doesn't really help. Pull your chin back. Oh, there it is. Wiggle your eyebrows. So interesting. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your eyebrows. And then feel, how would you move your shoulders here? What possibilities of movement are present? Other side. So down towards the left. Tuck your chin in, wiggle your eyebrows, move your toes. Move your face, move your ears, your neck. Nice, come all the way up. Cool, feet together. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling, bend your elbows into cactus, and then bring your elbows forward, rounding your back, draw your elbows down towards your thighs. Up and back into cactus, and then forward. Up and back into cactus, and then forward. Super cool. Come into your cat pose. Come, come. So hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. Round, and when you're rounding, then wiggle your eyebrows, squeeze your bum, lengthen the back of your neck and shoulders, wiggle your chin, rock your ear from side to side a little bit. Really hang out in, how would I create a tiny little bit more length here? Nice, and then the other direction, arching your back and just hang out here. How would you create a little bit more length here? Where is that? So for me, there's something in the belly that gives, widening into the sit bones, something in the chest as it lifts forward, something in the chin as it moves forward. Nice, one more time, rounding, hanging out, wiggling. How would you just create a little tiny little bit more movement? So me wiggling my ears from side to side, as in my ears move towards my arms a little bit more. It's very interesting. Nice, push back into your downward dog. Have a bit of a wiggle. So again, how would you lean into or lengthen into places in you as you do this? So for me, I love dropping my bum down one way so that I reach into or lean into the sides of my ribs. How would I include the back of my neck in this? How would I include the backs of my legs, my pelvis? Just another moment or two of wiggling. Just feeling. Cool. Walk forward, elbows to your knees. Roll all the way up. Nice, cool, super. So it comes down to the front of your mat. Very interesting. That's very cool. Okay, so standing tall, just find your ground. Feet are on the floor. Pushing down into your feet. Find that push into the feet like we did a few days ago. Reach your arms wide, palms come together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, coming forward. Hands to the floor, wiggle your eyebrows. Move a little bit here. Nice. Step your right foot back. Pause. Lengthening into that back leg. Really push back into that right heel. Open your knee towards the ceiling a little bit more. Drop your hips a little bit more. Give your pelvis weight towards the floor. Nice. Step back into your plank. Pause. Strong back into both heels. Strong into your arms. Widen through the back of your shoulders. What's your neck doing? Can you draw your chin back a little bit more? Wiggle your eyebrows. Drop your knees down. Belly to the floor. Pause. Nice. So lengthen your left arm long to the side. Bend your right knee. And then bring your right foot over towards the floor on the left side. And just pause there. As always, your left shoulder is getting compressed and lengthened right now, so be careful with your left shoulder. Come back to center. Other side. So bend both elbows, hands are on the floor, and then stretch your right arm out to the side. Bend your left knee, Bring your left foot over towards the right side. Pause. Now it's your right arm that's being compressed and lengthened. Nice. And now begin to travel. So as you travel, your foot travels back behind you and you straighten one leg as you bend the other knee. So the lower your head is to the floor, the softer the stretch is into your shoulder. The higher your head is off the floor, the stronger the stretch is on your shoulder. So really decide, maybe your ear is on the floor as you stretch. That's just going to be really softer into the shoulder. Maybe your head is high. Maybe you try and bring your foot up towards your hand. Maybe not. Maybe you bend both knees as you go. The other Sinead who hates rolling, is this classified as rolling? I think this might be rolling. You can do something else if you don't want to do this. Great. So come all the way back. Elbows to the floor. Lift your belly off the floor. Keep your knees down. Pause. Mini little plank. Nice. Elbows down. Lift your feet. Lift your head. Look way down the beach. Lift your belly. Look towards your thighs. Lift your head. Lift your feet. Lift. Look. Lift. Look. Nice. Push back into your cat, all the way back into your downward dog. Have a bit of a wiggle here. Again, how would you really meet and connect into the stuff that binds you? For me, I'm really interested in that area between my shoulders and my neck. And I'm trying to find a way of moving my head and my ears and just my body so I meet and connect to myself. Nice. Walking forward. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide. Palms come together. Palms come to rest in front of your chest. Other side. Reach your arms wide. Palms come together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees. Hands to the floor. Forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins. Lift and look forward. Hands to the floor. Step your left foot back. Pause. Nice. Step back into your plank. Pause. Knees to the floor, belly to the floor. Super cool. From here, just bring your left hand to the floor, right elbow to the floor. Look down the beach towards the left. Breathing into your belly. Nice. Drop and look forward. And this time when you look towards the left, bring your left knee up towards your left hand. And just look towards the left. Breathing into the belly. So now the deep hip on the left is, on the right is opening. Just leaning into that a little bit more. Nice. Other side. Bring your left elbow to the floor, right hand to the floor. Look down the beach towards the right. Look towards the floor. Next time you go, bend your right knee up towards your right hand. Pause. Breathing into your belly. Wiggle your shoulders. Move. What's your face doing? Bring your knee back and just rest on your belly. Pause. As you inhale, can you feel the pressure of your belly into the floor? Feel it rise and fall, lift through the lower back. Really pushing into the floor. So exaggerate the push of your belly into the floor. Is it the same left and right? I love mapping the breath by doing this. It's really interesting. So again, and does it travel down in a kind of like, this that it travels down to the center and then it widens evenly left and right. No, mine goes more to the right first and it zigzags to the right and then it falls over towards the left a bit, my breath. Notice what yours does. It's really hard for me to breathe into the left side, actually. I can't quite feel it lifting and rising in the same way as the right side. So interesting. What's your pattern? What is it that you feel as you inhale down into your belly? Through the back of the body, the sides of the body, does your belly take the breath equally on both sides, or is it different? Just another minute or so. How do you breathe a little bit deeper into the side that's a little bit less? Great. So just rock your bum from side to side. Nulag, my yoga teacher, if some of you also would have been Nulag students, Nulag would have always said, energy flows where your attention goes. How I would say that is when we bring our presence and our attention and our awareness into a part of our body, then things can change. We can meet it. It becomes aware of how and we're holding it, things change when we bring our awareness into it. Thanks for joining me. Tomorrow, last day of practice. How gloriously wonderful. So I will see you all tomorrow. Be really well. Keep breathing into your belly. And yeah, thanks. Always these wiggle things, very nice. My neck and shoulders really like it. So I'll see you tomorrow. And thanks for joining me. Ciao, ciao. Bye.